Hey, friendo, Steve here.
And Larson.
On today's Going In Raw news brief, we're going to talk about the return of WWE live shows, find out where Rey Mysterio will be wrestling in the near future, confirm that Karrion Kross was never a killer, and preview tonight's Smackdown. But first, John Cena has freed himself from the Firefly Funhouse long enough to give his take on Raw Underground. Larson, what's in the news?
Yeah, so John Cena talked with Newsweek about Raw Underground. And that's what he had to say. Quote, Raw Underground, this really just reads like a series of tweets from John Cena.
You're right.
Raw Underground is an opportunity. I think any paradigm shift, any big announcement, anything in that world that is ever changing, constantly pivoting, there's always a search for growth. It's a tweet right there. It's an opportunity. That's exactly what it is. So I think it needs a little bit of time to find itself. And in all things, if it lacks creative definition from the top, I really hope performers embrace the unknown and they define it.
Hold on a second. You have to appreciate the he's passing the buck onto the performers to make chicken salad out of chicken shit. If creative isn't right. Oh man. He continues. A great example of that is Steve Austin. Now we're going back 25 years. Steve Austin wasn't told to be Steve Austin, but he was given a chance to speak, and Stone Cold Steve Austin came out of that. And then the power of the WWE sent this dude's personality out to everybody. That's where we get one of, if not the greatest WWE superstars of all time in Stone Cold Steve Austin. So I see a lot of opportunities like that. You have this newer thing, not a lot of people know what all of it is, and that is the absolute best for anyone, and that is going to be in front of the camera because they can define it, and they can take the advantage of the opportunity. I love how that's like, how WWE, like that's what you have to do these days. And in John Cena's eyes, if you don't take the crap creative that WWE will provide you and make millions off of it,
make magic out of it,
then it's your fault.
Then it's on you.
Yeah,
I know.
Do you think we'll ever see John Cena in the Raw Underground, Larson?
No.
How fun would that be, though?
It'd be fun. I honestly hope we don't see John Cena WWE ever again.
I really want him to be completely erased from the universe.
That finish from the Firefly Funhouse match to be the end for John Cena because it's perfect.
Perfect, beautiful ending.
Perfect way to end his wrestling career.
Yeah. I do.
Absolutely brilliant masterstroke of filmmaking there, that Firefly Funhouse.
I definitely appreciate that we're getting different perspectives on Raw Underground. Like, at least it's the kind of thing. Like, I can't remember in recent history something WWE's done that has at least warranted the interest of some people to speak up about it.
I mean, it's spurring some conversations, and usually WWE's conversations are all about, well, it happened. That's the extent of it, as opposed to, oh, well, this, I don't like this, but it's different. Maybe I'll give it a chance. It's different. It's got potential. Let's see if they harness it. There's a lot of different vantage points, a lot of points of view, a lot of conversation over this last week over Raw Underground, as you said. Something that hasn't happened for WWE product in quite a bit of time. So that's anything. It's good.
There's that. Also, something that could be good for WWE's product is them having fans again. We've heard numerous reports that Vince McMahon is eager to have shows in front of fans again outside of the WWE Performance Center. By the way, SmackDown tonight. Now the Performance Center has broken the record with tonight's episode of the venue that has run SmackDown the most.
Wow.
Yeah. Anyways,
what venue held the previous record? Do you know?
I read it this morning and I forgot it. So,
all right.
Apologies for that one. Anyways, we've heard that Vince really wanted SummerSlam to be in front of fans, and he had hoped WWE could return to the road in September. That is less than a month away, Larson.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to happen.
Today, WrestleVotes reported that, quote, WWE's new plan is to restart live programming, beginning with the SmackDown prior to SummerSlam, continuing throughout the weekend with the pay-per-view and into Raw. Fans are still to be determined. One location for all, not certain on exact location as of yet. NXT TakeOver, however, will still take place in Orlando, probably at Full Sail, I'd imagine.
I would suspect. We'd heard that WWE had been looking for some sort of venue in the Northeast. Atlantic City was brought up, also elsewhere in Florida other than Performance Center. It's like 2 weeks from Sunday.
Yeah.
So you'd suspect they would need to kind of nail down where it's going to be and make an announcement as soon as possible and make preparations for whatever this new presentation, say it's on the boardwalk in Atlantic City. There's resources that have to be put into getting, a stage setup and whatnot that's acceptable by WWE standards for one of their major 4 pay-per-views. There's a lot that has to go into it. See if it all comes together.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah. Another thing that we didn't know about till I'm reading this right now, Rey Mysterio.
Apparently we know.
Yeah, has made a decision on his wrestling future. What is he going to be doing in his wrestling future, Larson?
Well, according to Dave Meltzer, it's going to be happening in a WWE ring because he's reporting that, quote, "I can't confirm pen to paper, but Rey is staying, as was always the betting line's outcome of this, but it's as close to official without confirmation of it being official." All right, Dave. And obviously Dominic is a big part of that deal. AEW, this is actually the bit of news that's interesting because everybody assumed that he was going to stay in WWE because it seemed like it was the best opportunity for Dominic. I mean, he's got a match with Seth Rollins at SummerSlam. That's a huge deal for Dominic.
Yeah.
This is what Meltzer said, quote, "AEW made an offer that equaled WWE's per match offer, but the WWE offer was higher because it was for more dates." What's interesting about this is apparently WWE is still negotiating deals with the idea that I would assume in the near future they're returning to a normal road schedule.
Yeah.
And then Meltzer mentions that this new deal is going to be longer than his previous one, which is about 18 months. But not 5, because 5 is what they do for everybody now.
Okay. All right. Well, that's interesting. I mean, putting Dominic in a match with Seth Rollins. Hey, Dominic is still obviously very young, but so far the stuff that I've seen of his is pretty fun. Like,
he seems to like the training aspect, especially for the in-ring stuff. He's been picking that up quickly.
He has been.
Promo stuff, that's experience, that's reps, that's carrying yourself
young.
with. I know. I mean, even people that are are have a lot of experience in front of the mic. It takes them time still even to develop to be good and believable. Like Rey, his last run that program with Brock, he did some of the best promo work of his career because he's got all that experience under his belt.
I'm kind of curious how they're going to package Dominic in his first match. I mean, is he just going to be wearing sweatpants and a baggy shirt or what?
Is he going to have some variation on Rey's gear?
Make him a young lion. Just put him in some black trunks. Be like, "Hey, kid, you gotta go out there. You're going to take it from step 1. He's like, "Don't you know who my dad is? He might not be here soon." Oh, okay, sure. We'll just give you somebody grab Santos Escobar's gold blazer.
Oh man, that thing was amazing.
Yeah,
amazing.
So also amazing the stories that Hugo Savinovich seems to be telling these days. As you recall, we talked a little bit yesterday about a story from Wrestling Inc., which stated that Hugo made the claim that Karrion Kross used to be a legit hitman. Not surprisingly, Larson, turns out that's not actually the case. Hugo uploaded another video to Facebook stating the story was a matter of lost translation and his statement was taken out of context. He continues, "I was talking about scenery, a killing machine, a man dangerous in real life. Now let's not make a mistake about that. Kevin or Karrion Kross, he's a deadly machine in real life. He could hurt you, and I address that because you have to go into the deepness of his character, and I personally don't think wrestling companies are doing a good job storytelling or creatively." Well, that's a shoot. So he continues, "So I was speaking about the deepness of this brutal force, this killing machine, and I was using his past, present, and future to talk about what he had done. So before you write any stupidity about what you think Hugo said, before you go crazy with wrong translations of what Hugo said about a hitman or mafia, what crap is that? That's nonsenseless." Nonsenseless. It probably means that's nonsense. So, yeah.
Oh, those transcripts, are from WrestlingNews.co.
Okay.
Note that
Good.
there. So, I mean, like we talked about yesterday, we kind of more or less said that we didn't think this could be true. Yeah. It turns out it's not. So,
well, it's one thing to say. It's one thing to say, "Hey, this guy, metaphorically, is a brutal killing machine." He has, I think he has an experience in security. He look at him, he looks like he could be a killing machine. It's another thing to bring the mafia into it. That's a very specific thing to say, the mafia. But whatever, it's Hugo. We're going to say what he's going to say. Who cares? Anyways, another thing we care about, I think, SmackDown tonight. Hopefully,
sure,
we'll care
it could be
about
good.
It could be good.
Sure. So first thing on the preview, official from WWE.com, Bray Wyatt heads back to the Firefly Funhouse after attack on Alexa Bliss. That was quite a cliffhanger last week. Interested to see what developments they have in store for us tonight.
Yeah, also on SmackDown tonight, Matt Riddle puts his skills to the test against Sheamus.
This match actually should be pretty good.
Yeah, this should be fun.
It's probably going to hurt to watch.
Is Sheamus eligible for the King's Ransom? Will Sheamus wear his bar fight outfit? I hope so.
Remains to be seen.
Yeah.
Remains to be seen. Speaking of bar fight, Jeff Hardy looks to continue redemption tour against King Corbin.
Oh, okay. And then the Dirt Sheet returns. So this is the Miz and Morrison thing, not just the Miz's Miz TV, which sometimes has Morrison. This is the Dirt Sheet. Returns with special correspondent Sonya Deville. This should be fun. They're bad guys. She's a bad guy. This actually should be a lot of fun. She's probably going to be on location beating the shit out of Mandy Rose as their special correspondent. Yeah. Anything Sonya Deville does, I'm on board with. So SmackDown could be fun tonight, dude.
Same. Looking forward to it.
All right. Well,
and of course, we'll be doing our recap live stream over on the Twitch. Probably about 7:30ish Pacific time. Getting started.
Yep.
10:30 Eastern. Hope to see you all there.
Sounds good.
But until then,
see you later. Thanks so much.
Goodbye.
Be a part of the best pro wrestling podcast today at patreon.com/Steve and Larson. Enjoy tons of bonus videos, including patron-only live shows, gameplay, and vintage 10 for the wins, access to podcast question threads, the Friendo Care Package, and so much more. Support Going In Raw today at patreon.com/Steve and Larson.